This is yours.
You did.
Yeah, normally when I do lives, it'll make me want to do a portrait view. But for the last three interviews, it has allowed me to do a landscape view. So
Updating that app, making changes, so you never know.
yeah, real quick. Let's see here.
Yeah. Told y'all this was a movement.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Take it back a little bit. Dig. Banked out. Banked out. Banked out. Banked out. East and
You're
west
watching
getting banked
interviews.
out. North and south
Yeah.
getting banked out.
I appreciate it.
You
One
really
time for
look
the team
good,
that
man.
Oh, thank you.
rolling the globe, but we
Yeah,
second to
you
no
tune
one.
in
Every
now,
time
right?
we so tuned in when you better be close. You getting fancy like Nancy on every single day of the week. And chopping game like a Cherokee, ballin' like Odell. Trying to step low meal. Networking everywhere is about to be a movie. Gotta go big, it's the only way to do it. It's a conglomerate, we get into it. Plus we got heat for the streets while you pumping up the cook shop. Leave round out on the interstate. In with the movement, cause it's about to go down. Shout out to Scope. You know now when you're about to get.
Yeah, it's nice how y'all. I didn't realize you were full time.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. That's it.
Yeah, I quit my job back in 2013.
Yeah.
I've been full time ever since. Well, their life didn't change or anything like that.
Man, please, but that's so.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. All right, y'all. We're tuning in for another episode of Big Dot Radio Show. This one, I think the other day. All right, y'all. We're turning for another episode of Big Dot Radio Show. I'm your host Andres, and I have a guest in the building. Came through. We have Chosen Taylor.
Chosen Taylor.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I remember the spelling of it, like with the S is capitalized.
Yeah, S is capitalized. Is always gonna be O-N. Because I found out you got a lot of names.
Really?
So I just decided to do it with the backwards S. And then
Okay.
you got to put the O on it. But you automatically know.
Yeah.
Still, a lot of people got said your S-O-N, but nobody really ain't got the S backwards.
That's what's up. So that's a way for it to stick out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A lot of people say, I see you on the flyer. That ain't me.
I
see you on the flyer.
But for everybody out there who's gonna check out the video, ones that are gonna tune in, things of that nature, let us know what got you into and also do you consider yourself to be like a Christian rapper or how do you consider your genre?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, because I grew up in a Christian church. I went through the experience of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated. My relationship with God, but we just didn't understand it. Sprung out on drugs or riding around smoking weed in my car.
Mm-hmm.
And I just told God, I was like, man, I'm tired. Life for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be in church, but I'm like, I just don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I did the choir thing and all that. So I used to ride around every Saturday, just smoking and drinking and listening to gospel music. I told God, I said, I ain't listening no more rap. I'm gonna listen to gospel music because I know you real. I need you to come and get me. But I ain't going back to church. You know, I tell you, I ain't going back to church because I got the real issues and all the experience I had in church. I'm like, I don't think that's it. Long story short, man, on Saturday morning, I pulled up in my driveway. I don't know what gospel song came on the radio. And I was high. I was smoking and drinking. And I knew it was God. He kicked the toe down, bro. And I was all on the steering wheel. I just was crying. And it's like I got slid in a train because I already was high. I knew I wouldn't have no more, man. It just was like, this is, so that happened. I was out on the street with. So after that, when the journey of discipleship began to happen. And I just began to get in the Word of God for myself. And it was totally far past my expectation of just going to church. Yeah. So then I got on the journey of writing music. I never knew I could write music. I was in school, I was best ball player. Oh, okay. So I was still got the game. You know what I mean? So I was doing that, man. And everybody have a dream of going to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't work out. So after I graduated in my high school, our coach, he retired. After that, I lost it. I just was angry because my dream gone down. It's gone down. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. Yeah. So God switched all the anger and all the stuff. I just started to explain how I feel.
So this is around around 18 years old. You start writing.
Around about 18 years old, man. I was writing. Yeah, my inspiration was Wayne. I had him all over my board, all over my wall. You know what I'm saying? The hot boys. So I started. I was trying to write like Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? But I was expressing myself. You know what I mean? So that's how the journey was. My music started, but I never wanted to leave. You know what I mean? This one of the plans. The plan was to go be an NBA basketball player, man, and that was it. And after I made the U-turn with that, man, I found out that wasn't happening. Rage and anger. Yeah. And then I got into all kinds of stuff. Because I was lost. Because as a kid, you got a dream. I want to do this. This don't work for your mind, just. Yeah. What am I going to do now?
So, I guess that's an interesting journey, because one, I don't know, as you was processing this information and as you was going through your journey, did you look up, research the industry, or you was just writing just to get that passion out and
to have something
creative?
I was writing to get the frustration out. I didn't look up the industry. I gotta remember, I didn't want to do this. Yeah. That was never in the equation. I just liked it. I remember I was so frustrated and depressed. As soon as I rolled out the bed, no food, nothing, I just was writing. Oh, wow. I'm talking about rage. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? But I can look back now and be like, God was orchestrating all of that. You know what I mean? Because here I am today, man. And now, man, I think I got a beautiful story to tell. Yeah. But it started back then when I thought I was going to be a basketball player. Left and I lost it, smoking, drinking, and everything.
So looking at your Spotify, I see that you have multiple things that you have put out. So let's see here. You got 2 albums, and I guess the other ones are singles, right? Yeah. So how has that process been for you? Because you have a 2017 album, and not to date music with it, because I don't think music is dateable, especially when you make music and it hits certain things, because it's always new to someone else. Yeah. Because we never really penetrate everybody's mind at the same time. So how was that process going from the conscious to We Taking Church project? Because that's a 3-year span. So to me, I know that's a lot that happens in between that 3 years.
So the first time I started writing, I used to ask my wife all the time, because I am married. I'm married and I got a little girl. She's 3. So when I first wrote the album Conscious, I used to ask my wife, I think I'm bigger than a Christian rapper. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you say you're a Christian rapper, you only go so far. You can't say this, you can't do that, you can't do this. You know what I'm saying? You just, the guidelines. And I never wanted to be in that box. But I do want to represent the Lord. But I don't want no religion to say, you can't say that, you can't do that. As long as Jesus did it, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? And he was totally controversial. So that album now, man, I was asking my wife, what should be the name of the album? Because I know I'm shedding light on a lot of situations a lot of people not saying. And she said, it sounds like you a conscious rapper. It does fit everything that I'm saying. Because I shed light in my music, hopefully, to snatch somebody out for freedom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I named that album now conscious. I want you to wake up and really see what's happening in America, what's happening in our society. Most importantly, what's happening in our churches as well. Because I tell everybody, you can die. You can go to hell there right in the pews, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of people don't go and talk about it, like I told you. I'm going to tell it like it is. I know a lot of people don't like it. They get all tight up because you say something about my church and my path. It ain't about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, when I grew up in church, I know the system. You know what I'm saying? I know the exact system that we grew up in. Now I got a relationship with the Lord. It's way farther than what we grew up in. That's what I want to share light on.
Okay, so I guess that that work. The second album comes into play. We taking church to the streets. And like I think I've heard a couple. If I remember, I've heard a couple songs on here. And what really appealed to me, and we'll play a couple of them as well, was the delivery, and that, like you said, you could be a Christian rapper, but not have the box that comes with it.
Yeah, because it's a
and
box.
I hear that in your music.
Yeah.
Like some people, I think they over deliver the message. It gets lost on, I guess, secular ears or whatever.
Exactly.
But to me, I don't hear you over delivering anything, or I don't hear where it's feel like it's forceful.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't have to say the word God or Jesus in every single line.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's what I get from that. Exactly. Is that intentional? Or it just happens that way?
It just happened that way. It got to be in your heart first.
Yeah.
But got to do it in here first. You know what I'm saying? And everything I say, everything I write about, man, it's not like I want to portray an image. I want to. I don't want to say this because I don't want. Yeah. God done shared the revelation in my heart. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? So when God does that, I write about it and I feel good about it. So in other words, I allow God to crush the man pleasing. You know what I'm saying? And go back to what you said.
Yeah.
There's no box here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I can be honest. I offend a lot of people. But I don't try to though.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's not territory, but I don't just say, I'm gonna say this and I know you're gonna get mad. You know, I understand that.
Yeah.
He was like that and his disciples were like that.
Yeah.
So I'm understanding if you're gonna do exactly what they do and say exactly what they say, you're gonna offend people.
Okay. So I'm gonna play part of the songs. So I want to get into let's see here, biblical.
Yeah.
They ain't about that life, which I could already tell just by the title of it.
Yeah.
It's gonna really, you know what I'm saying? It might strike a couple of chords with folks, but you know, it is what it is. But is that the reason for the song? That you see a lot of, I guess, hypocrisy.
Yes. You see a lot of hypocrisy. You gotta understand, like, I don't know about you, but we grew up in the street. Like, we grew up with our mama, but the black community, we grew up in the streets. One generation that knows what's real and fake is the streets, man. Like, you can't grow up saying you in blood and you go with your homeboys and wear blue. No, they looking at you funny. So God is using the mentality that we was born with at the end and switch. He getting us back and saying, don't change what I gave you. I'm just gonna show you how to use it in the kingdom. So now, man, I'm over here with the Lord. The first thing the Lord told me, man, I got to tell you this. I used to go to church, and I used to be trying to get my life together like I know I need to. And I bowed my head. The first thought I said, I ain't said it in my mouth, I said it in my head. I said, man, if I get over here with you, God, I know I got to be, you know what I'm saying, with the suit and tie. But I heard the Holy Spirit shout him out your name as an 18-year-old boy. Don't change nothing. He said, I'm going to change your heart and I'm going to use you to impact the world. That's the best thing God ever told me. Because nobody else ever told me. You slide in, you stay in church, and you make sure you look good. You make sure, you know what I'm saying, you dress presentable. And a lot of times I didn't want to wear it, but I did. So a lot of times you go to church and you doing all that. You ain't being authentic. And then you go home. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people slide to church. You know what I'm saying, they slide home. Man, they live like the devil. All because they putting on in church. And And God didn't create us to do that. Whatever God created you in. I don't care if God saved you with your gold teeth. When you get saved, the first thing they gonna tell you is, God ain't studying that. If God is still, I don't slide on your heart and say, let me tell you that. Keep your gold teeth, sir. Yeah. Oh, because that's you. God ain't looking at that. God don't want to change your heart. And in the book of Ezekiel, I will give you a brand new heart. I will put my spirit in you. I'm going to call you. He ain't say, no more no tattoo. He ain't say, no more no gold tooth. He said, I'm going to change your heart. And if you change a man's heart, you got a man of life. Yeah. But we, you know what I'm saying, like when I was growing up, and that's the only thing that my mama knew. You know what I'm saying? You go to church, you know what I'm saying, and you watch. Yeah. And I was looking at everybody else and I was trying to act like them. Wow, I went straight back to the street.
Nah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this song real quick. And for everybody out there, this is being played out on Spotify. So you can go to Choson HGG. And I'll put I'm gonna put your thing in the comments, your artist link, so they can go and this is biblical.
Biblical.
Ain't about that life.
Ain't about that life. So it means so much to me.
They ain't about that life. Everybody Christian till they get biblical, but they ain't about it at all. They ain't about that life. They take advice from those they know ain't living right. Everybody Christian till they get biblical, but they ain't about it at all. To praise on Sunday. Identical like we want them to cut us off, expose our motive. The word of God's familiar to see if we want him. I've seen a lot of religions different from the kingdom. I grew up in church, open minded in the spirit. But what I know is when conviction hit our spirits, when about that life, we really don't love them. Ain't about that life. Ain't about that life. Everybody Christian till they get biblical, but they ain't about it at all. They ain't about that life. They take advice from those they know ain't living right. Everybody Christian till they get biblical, but they ain't about it at all. They ain't about it at all. They ain't about it at all. Everybody Christian till they get biblical, but they ain't about it at all. They ain't about it at all. They ain't about it at all. Everybody Christian till they get biblical, but they ain't about it at all. Ever wonder how them tongues be flowing? But it's carnal when the song is over. Won't healing when nobody's praying. And it's evidence cause now we forcing vaccination. What's blowing me, church is mandated. So the sick is left in hospitals on ventilators. What kind of church is this that ignore patients? With an old with those who sent to warn them screaming wait. They ain't about that life. They ain't about that life. Everybody Christian till they get
Okay, I want to. It's a jump song. I want to go and stream it too, though. The thing I like about your music, and this is what I remember when I was listening to it a couple of weeks back. You're not just making songs. It's like a whole production for you. You have it to where you have like a breakdown, and you care about how your voice sounds. You care about the music and the instrumentation. To me, it's like, you know what I'm saying, each song you're trying to make a movie.
Yeah. And I got to give a shout out to Shane McClain on this song. That's the guy that really do all my music. Shane McClain. He got a studio in his house. So I met him about a good friend. I think you did, Bro Mike's. Yeah, that's my brother there. So, man, if you can believe it, when I first started rapping, I told you I was trying to rap like Lil Wayne. I used to rap fast, but I still had a message. I didn't have no style. And I just used to, and I would get through that. You heard what I said? Like, man, it was dope, but no. I didn't hear names. And that used to be so depressing. But I haven't found my style yet. Yeah. So as I continue to do it, and then the style came. And then another thing I want to say, like really all of my songs, it automatically, I have everything in my head. I can't explain it. I have the music in my head. I had the lyrics in my head, you know what I'm saying? I had how I wanted to go. So I slide to Shane. I got to on my production. I have everything in my head, and I be like, man, I just need you to do this in my head. And then you started to start like that, and I slide him in the hook. And then when I slide down there, I give him everything I hear in my head. And that's one song that we came up with. So
how do you go about as far as like collaborating with other artists? Do you go by like, you know, will their branding fit yours?
Yeah.
You do collaborations outside of your genre. Like how do you approach that situation?
With the collaboration for me, because I have grown to be mature now. I won't jump on anybody's stuff now. Like as a little kid, it's just, boy, I got a dream. I don't care what you talking about. You be talking about devil worship. I just want to be heard. Now, you know what I'm saying? They go back with my relationship with Christ. Now I got a vision now, you know what I'm saying? On what I'm trying to do. What I know the Lord is showing me to do. So now, you go back to what you said. You just can't be on your album just rapping because you're trying to make it. And then I hear your music and I just know you just cat, rat, flat, me.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. Now, if I know that you serious and you got really a vision of really, or for me, you trying to set the captain free.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna slide it in that area. That's like you just saying, don't want to help out there. You know what I'm saying? People here, they're gonna be more punished than what they was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got to be along that line.
How's the business side of music been treating you?
Well, the same thing that Mike said when he was here. Man, that's the more harder part. You know what I mean? Because we're so busy. He got 6 or 5 kids. And I just got a wife and a little girl. And that's busy. And then I got a job. So you would love for an individual for the Lord to send you like somebody out the sky. But if you don't have that, man, it's tough, man. Because you got to do everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to, like the Facebook, like you got to keep up with that. Then the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you about that. It's hard to get stuff on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because they saying you got to have the subscribers or to go live. I like going live. I don't like to get my phone saying, right, post it. I just, man, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So me, like, I do the Facebook, the TikTok. But really, you know what I'm saying? It's about the same thing I told you with YouTube, man. Like, on a lot of stuff, I like to go live. And if I can't really go live, it's like, all the time with distraction. But just to say your question, man, it's hard, man. You know what I'm saying? You still got a job. Yeah. Now, see if you were doing this like full time. And you just trying to read books, you just all in it. You got to squeeze that stuff in. And so the same thing that Mike said, boy, you would love for somebody to come out the sky and say, man, I really do want to help you with it, and I handle the business side of it and show you how to do it at the same time.
Yeah. So it's basically a lot of trial and error for y'all.
Boy, I'm talking about a trial and error looking in the mirror like, do you still want to keep going?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask.
So the only thing that makes you know what I'm saying? The only thing that makes me keep going, and I'm gonna be honest, all because now I am fell in love with it and I done slid my eyes off. Man, I gotta make it. I'm trying to make it. All because if I was doing that still, I probably would stop. Because I'm out focused. I'm trying to make it. Now I got a revelation of God. You slide me this, you know what I'm saying, for me. To just make it. And you slide me this, you know what I'm saying, as a ministry. So if I look at it as a ministry, I can do it when I'm 90 years old. But if I was trying to be an artist, it's an age limit on being an artist.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying as far as like our culture.
Yeah, our culture got it.
But other cultures don't have an age limit, and that's actually what I've been trying to help combat. I don't care if you're 50 years old and you rap. Yeah. If you sound good, you just sound good.
You just sound good.
You know what I'm saying? But we shouldn't date hip hop and culture and all that or whatever. Because regardless of, you know what I'm saying, y'all being in a different genre, you're still coming from that cloth of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like when I look at you, I don't look at you and not see hip hop. I see culture. You know what I'm saying? I see from the ways of our lives and stuff like that. You're just using the tools that you were given in a different way to promote. Yeah. Still come from that essence. I don't think we should date, and we should get out of the habit of doing that. And that's so bad because it put a lot of pressure on us. Yeah, because your timeline isn't anyone else's timeline, and it's not fair to compare people's timelines. Yeah. I'm like, who is that? Susan Boyle. I don't know if you know who that is. She was a singer on a show. I think one of the Britain shows, sort of like America Got Talent type situation. And she was like 50 years old or 49, and went on the show, auditioned, and became a sensation. Wow. So that's what I'm talking about, and that's how it really should. I think talent should just, people should just love talent and embrace talent regardless of what the talent is. And Susan Boyle actually, she is the epitome of straight talent, but like to look at her, she's not the most pleasing aesthetic person to look at. Yeah. But if you close your eyes and listen to her, you wouldn't even know. You would think this person is, you know what I'm saying, is something else. Wow. So I think sometimes that's what we need to do as consumers. We need to close our eyes and just listen. You're exactly right, man. You're exactly right. Because like I said, but that would help me out because culture says you got to be set and set age. So when I helped myself, when I'm looking at it more as ministry than I'm trying to get a record deal. Yeah. Because if I would have had it in my head, you know what I'm saying, that I'm trying to make it get a record deal, I want my music out. Why your age turn? Yeah. Well, you ain't out there with 9 more seconds to make it. You don't make it in them 9 more seconds. Yeah, exactly. Now I got in the mind, I'm gonna be doing it when I'm 100 years old. I'm still waiting. Yeah. It don't even matter now. Yeah. And that helps me say, man, go. Yeah, because I think making it is also a misconstrued term. Like to me, success isn't what you could obtain materialistically. It's you just hitting goals. That's what success is. So you putting out a project and actually going like, this is nice, by the way. I can tell you that. Thank you, man. Even doing it this way, that's success to me. Yeah. Because this took money, time, resources, dedication. Yeah. To get to this particular level right here. Yeah. And I see this as success. I appreciate it. And the thing about it, it's still taking money because I need some CDs now because I can't keep them. Well, which is great. Let me turn this camera back on because it's only 30 minutes. Need some CDs now, which is, wow, man. Yeah, and that's the thing I love about physical product. is that we fail to realize, and like there's this whole misnomer that CDs don't sell like they don't sell as they used to back in the '90s and stuff, and even some of the parts of the 2000s. But as smaller entities, as a smaller business, because that's what you are. You're a business. You're an artist, but you're a business. Um, I'm like, you can push 1,000, 10,000 of those, and you do well.
Yeah.
You don't need 100,000. You don't need 1,000,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, actually, you can make $1,000,000 off of 10,000. But hey, that's $1,000 a pop, or you can make $1,000,000 off of 100,000. That's $10 a pop, whatever the case would be. You know what I'm saying? There's all different ways you can do that. You can sell 1,000 to 10,000 or whatever. That make your way. However you want to do it, you can break it down multiple ways. That's what they say. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. So that's how I look at it. And I don't think that we should date. I don't like that expiration and all that, and I don't like the way that people define success, because when other people define success in that manner, then it puts too much pressure on people to hit a certain marker.
Yeah.
And like you said, our successes, they're all not built the same. We're not monolith people.
Mm-hmm.
We're not all just robots and place through a factory machine
Yeah.
and spit out the same result every time. It doesn't work that way. But I want to get into click back on it. Your other song that you said you love, the "Shaking Us All."
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Inspiration out of everything going on in the world, Ukraine, Russia war, volcanoes. But the inspiration is Jesus, like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Wholehearted follow Jesus, but I'm just me. Mm-hmm. And that's the beauty of how I can, because I deal with real life issues. Mm-hmm. But I know the thing that's got me rooted is what I told you I heard, when I went to church. Yeah. God told me, dude, I need you to stay you. Yeah. And nobody never told me that. So that gave me an understanding of, I see why a lot of people and be like, man, I'm with Jesus, then I'm going to the club at the same time. And they just get rattled in their mind. So man, like I see all this stuff going on in the world, all this crazy stuff going on, Russia, Ukraine war, the volcanoes, the guns, the violence and all that. Matter of fact, I got that song there. You know what I'm saying? It just exploded in me. So majority of the time, man, like stuff like that'll happen and it'll bother me so bad. Like the Russia, you know what I'm saying, Ukraine war, like that was bothering me bad. Wow. And it just was on me. Yeah. So when situations like that happen, it bothered me bad. I can't shake it. Yeah. Majority of the time, it just it birthed a song. Yeah. And it just flow out beautiful. Okay, we're about to get into it. And like I said, if we're out there, y'all can go and check out the music on Spotify and all other streaming platforms. And I have the link in the comments now, so y'all can go and stream it.
God is raising up warriors in the earth. God is raising up militants in the earth. Some of us ambassadors. You never got saved for ice cream and cake. Believe that. But you got saved for war. Nobody seems like it.
to give it all away. You know, I want people to go and stream too, but I'm sitting there enjoying it. Like I said, I love your the way that you approach music. And like I said, it doesn't. For someone who listens to a lot of secular music, a whole lot of it. um, I can sit here and like listen to your music and it not turn me off because I think that sometimes being labeled as a Christian rapper, it puts y'all in a box. But then also the artistry of it. Some of the artists, you know, like I guess you know what I'm saying. It's like I said, a little bit too pushy. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got our own faults and things of that nature. And sometimes you know it's hard for people to accept to look in the mirror, so you have to let them, you know, turn and see the reflection at their own time. But you know, I get it. You know, people get very excited about what they're doing and passionate, but sometimes it's hard for them to remove themselves and look at it because at the end of the day, it's still a product, and people have to consume it. So we have to find that delicate balance in creativity and approach. So do you compare yourself to, or you know, have comparisons drawn by others that are either in the same genre or not even in the genre?
Mostly when people just hear it, hear my music, I get the same response every time. It's different.
I hear a lot of rock.
I like, I have a lot of rock going on over there. That's what I tell the producer. Make sure we rocking out. Make sure it's rock and roll. Excuse me. I do like that.
I'm a different type of consumer.
I love that. I love rocking. I said, this need to be. I said, it just need on this particular part. It need to be. It need to be rock and roll. Yeah. So I verbally say that. You know what I'm saying? I want them to get it. Yeah. Like I understand. I'm like I'm following you, but this need to be rock and roll. Yeah. How would I feel good about it? You know what I'm saying?
So you've been putting yourself out there and you've been branding yourself, correct? As an artist in this particular genre and things. How has your peer group or your inner circle accepted it, or what do they do with that information? Are they acceptance of it? Do they support you, or do they like, you know what I'm saying, do they like see them a little standoffish, or?
It's never, I'm quite sure you know how it is. It's never the support that you need to go to the next level. It's the support, oh boy, man, ooh, like these shirts. Oh, I need a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Sell the shirts. Good sale on the shirts because everybody like them. But you looking for that next level. You know what I'm saying? And boy, that's the hardest part. Like when is the I can't put it in a word. When is the support of the next level gonna come? Because it's like you going around this circle. Everybody like your music. Everybody saying it's different. And I love the shirts. Got these shirts like 2011. I'm making the cycle. Holy Ghost Gangsters. Got my name right there. We let the Holy Ghost train us. And then the name of the album, we taking church to the streets. Because that's where God found me from. God found me in the street. All while I was in church, I was never saved. I just was doing this stuff for God. Never found me in church. God came himself. And I'm grateful. Find me in the streets. And as I open the Bible, Jesus and his disciples stayed more in the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? The church. People hate to hear that. Ministers hate to hear that. Pastors hate to hear it, but it's true. But we ain't learning that in church. Only thing that we learning, you stay in church. Only thing gonna save you is if you in these pews. That's a lot from the pews of hell. Because it didn't save me. I stayed in the pews and I was sprung out. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get retrained over again, and that's when every page I was turning, man, discipleship. And I asked God, I don't hear this in church. I don't hear the word discipleship in church. So as I got that personal relationship, the first scripture grabbed my heart was Matthew 28. Jesus said, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Holy Spirit. The thing that caught me, he said go. And he didn't tell them to go to church. You know, so I was thinking, what is going on? Only thing I'm learning how to live right is on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in the book. I'm supposed to be living for God how I used to live in the world. And I was there 24/7. I didn't wait on a Wednesday, you know what I'm saying, or to act like a gangster. Nah, that was a mentality. Every day I was trying to be a gangster. That's the same thing for people go outside. But nobody's telling them. It's just Sunday morning, you got to be in these cruising, you straight. Life in the pizza here. So when I opened the book, I was saying Disciple. And then I had on my album, the first one, a song called Are We Making Disciples? I don't know why I wrote it because I'm on a journey of becoming a disciple. And ever since then, man, I've been on that journey of becoming a disciple. And a disciple is nothing but a student. So every day, man, I explain my home every day on the class. Yeah. A disciple is a student, a learner. So if you learn, you know what I'm saying, on somebody, you got to do what they're telling you to do.
I could imagine, based off the information you've given me, you're at this particular funny situation in your career. What should be supporting you and should be the backbone of getting you to that next level should be the institutions, the churches.
Yeah.
But I bet they're the ones who are trying to rain down on you because what you're doing here is you're going against the construct of what the church, what embodies the church to be powerful. Bam. And I can see that.
And I never knew I was doing it until I continued the journey. You know what I mean? Yeah. I never knew that. It's just I knew in the back of my head. Yeah. But I still was doing what I was doing, but as I got in the journey, and I started just thinking stuff I was doing. The only thing that I was doing, I wasn't doing that. They say you got to get a relationship with God. I'm finding out they really don't mean it. Because if you get a relationship with God, I'm telling people, because I grew up in church, you get a relationship with God, He gonna tell you something different to do that you ain't learning now. And if you do it, you gonna get persecuted. Now I understand why it's young, man. 15 says, if they persecute me, they gonna persecute you. I used to ask God all the time. You said they gonna persecute me. I ain't persecute you. Man, I heard God shout in my ear. How come you ain't doing what I'm doing? Dude, all thing you doing is going to church singing in the choir. No, they ain't gonna persecute. Dude, you ain't doing nothing I'm telling you to do. You just going to church, singing in the choir, every night they on usher 14. And you go home and live like the devil. No. Now I done walk this thing out. Oh yeah, feeling it now.
Okay, so have you thought about producing content that you can come up with and push and market and build your own platform? Because what you're doing is being a maverick against, you know what I'm saying, ideologies and stuff that people have fallen for years, right? Yeah. But I don't see where you're going to get like the support that I would envision that, would make sense. Because if just break down Macon, right? Yeah. The city of Macon has more churches per capita than pretty much any other place that I know of. We have a lot of churches here. You can go to every single corner and find one. Yeah, they're not the biggest voice. Yeah. If there's a united front, I'm like, you should be able to do a church tour inside the city itself and be funded for years. But again, it's you in particular as your artistry. You're going against what churches are built off of and how they have power by having come to that building on a particular day and listen to how they turn information and indoctrinate the mind. But if you were giving a situation a platform, well, how about this? If you can produce content, I would be more than happy to distribute to you. And I think you should produce it in a manner that the way that you do music. I think we should visually demonstrate what it is to be a disciple.
That's what I was trying to get to. That was beautiful how you just did it. Because I tell people all the time, the same way I was living in the street. I was trying to live like a thug. I wasn't no thug. I wasn't no gangster. I just hung around gangsters. So if you hang around them a long time, that man mentality don't rub off on you. So I just wow, because that's what I seen there. Same way I acted in the street for the devil. That's the same way God told me, I want you to act on this. I don't want you to change nothing. I just need your heart. But I still need the passion. I need the excitement. I need the zeal. So exactly what I'm doing for, like, man, I'm really trying to be, I'm saying? I'm really trying to be a disciple. So, to get to my next point, out the week, I go on the streets with my bullhorn. And I just minister the word, man. You know what I'm saying? I say what God showed me. Have my music playing in my car. And I mean, and it's a blessing. I can see it. Like, certain folks will slide up on me, like, oh, when you slide up on me, let's get me on. Baby, I'm so glad you out here. We need it. You don't have to be out here. So, I mean, I see what God is doing. But I'm doing it because it's really in my heart and I'm burning. Like, I want to be used by God. And since I grew up in the church and I know the system, I feel like, I could be wrong, but I feel like from the bottom of my heart, I reached the ceiling. I wanted more, man. Like in Matthew 5, it said, blessed are those who thirst and hunger after righteousness. I tell all my own boys, if you hungry after God, I don't care what church you go to. And that's why I say this all the time. I always say this. Ain't nobody trying to tell you don't go to church. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that folks like to say. He trying to say them. No, you just let me know and him know church has become your idol. Because you're so feely about it. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying there's more because I grew up in there too. Yeah. And I ain't selling that no more. I'd rather get beat, slapped on it like you. I ain't selling for that no more. So I just know, man, I hit the ceiling. Because in my heart, I was asking God, like, God, I know it's more. But I done finally open up. And I see there's more. And I'm going over here. It ain't no. So I wanted more. So God began to explain to me what is a disciple. And now, boy, I'm finding out. I'm trying to do exactly what he's showing me. So I go on the streets. And that's why I got that name. Now I'm going to go back to that seed. I know I was playing the thin line every time I came on that seed. These are my real friends on here. When I work with them, I got all of them together. I explained to them the vision. I slid to my wife, you know what I'm saying? I said, baby, I want to do this. She said, and I said, oh, you know you can't thin line, right? You know what comes with that, right? Yeah. The community manager showed me. But I know who gave me that vision. God gave me that vision. Nobody in the ministry would have ever told me to do that. And if I would have listened, then I would have never been here. But I had to say, man, I know what comes with it. I know what's in my heart. I know it's going to be a blessing. And when I was walking that line, I was stone. You know what? You know what I'm saying? When I made these shirts, Holy Ghost gangster. I had an individual tell me, what you mean, Holy Ghost gangster? God is love. But the older people, they automatically knew what I was saying. Older people knew, you know what I'm saying? But the middle, what you mean, Holy Ghost gangster? It's just, so I knew, you know what I'm saying, I was going to stop. But I knew what I heard, though. I just wasn't saying I'm finna do this. I was in that word, you know what I'm saying? God was really molding my heart. So everything I'm doing now is getting smooth. Yeah. I stuck with it. But at the beginning, oh, blood was everywhere. Yeah, exactly. Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed this interaction and conversation with you. And we'll talk off camera in a moment. But for everybody out there who's gonna go back, people always go back and watch the videos and stuff. Let us know the social media they want to, check out your stuff, things of that nature, where they need to go. Choson, last name Taylor. YouTube, Facebook, all digital platform, iTunes, Spotify. And that's Choson Taylor. Choson. Last name Taylor. Choson Taylor. YouTube, Spotify, all digital platform, Facebook. You can find me. Just type it in. What's up? Diana Andrews said Christian rap is difficult to relate to because the world has become judgmental. Hats off to you for having the drive to get your message across. I appreciate it. That's what's up. I appreciate everybody who's been tuning in. Y'all go share. If you have not, also put his website, chosonmusic.com in there, so y'all can go and slide through the website as well. Thank you, sir, for coming through. I appreciate it. I love your energy, and I love what you're doing. But like I said, I got couple things we can talk to off camera. Y'all go through, y'all download that app. My phone won't die. Trying to get to 2,000 downloads this year so far. I'm at like 1,029. So y'all go download the app, make that radio show, and
y'all stay tuned in for all the other episodes. And then also, if you do not know, Big That Radio Show, we produced Behind the Bar series that's on Roku. Y'all be able to get that on April 23rd and go to the Inspiration Media Network channel on Roku. But, you know, you got flyers coming in the mail, so y'all stay tuned.